Good day everyone, I am Ken Serio together with Bato Mariel, Cruz Pio Nobel, Dominguez Marie Daniela, Gambit Angelo, and Ibanez Franz Merchant. And we are the group K that will present to you or share some knowledge about social literacies. So what is a social literacies? Without further ado, let's talk about it.
So now that the topic is already introduced, we're now headed to the learning outcomes of this lesson. And for the learning outcomes, there are actually 8 present in this topic, and it includes number 1 is to define social literacy. Number 2 is to discuss social skills, their impact, and strategies for improvement. Number 3 is to describe an emotionally intelligent person. Number 4 is to present ways for enhancing people's skills. Number 5 is to identify ways on how to integrate social literacy in the lesson. Number 6 is to draw relevant life lessons and significant values from personal experience on practicing social literacy. Number 7 is to analyze research abstracts on social literacy and its implications to the teaching learning process. And lastly, for number 8, design an instructional material that can be used in integrating social literacy in a related discipline. Concept exploration. So the concept exploration of this topic states that the school is a social institution established for the contemplation of reality in a profound, personal, informal, and unstructured way. Teachers facilitate learning, teach students, and model certain types of acceptable behavior while developing them in all aspects, academically, physically, emotionally, and socially. In performing such tasks, teachers also relate to parents and other stakeholders. That is why understanding and attaining social literacy is imperative among them. When we think about school, we usually associate it with academics, like grades, tests, formal subjects. But in reality, school is way more than that. It's actually a social space where people learn not just facts, but how to exist and grow around others, like communicating every day. It's where we learn, communicate, discover personalities, and how we find and reflect on the world, like through interactions. What's interesting is that it doesn't always happen in the most structured or obvious way. Sometimes in a casual conversation, small moments, and like having teachers by our side, like a model behavior, the way they talk, the way they handle challenges, the way they interact with students. It all influences how students learn to behave and relate to others. So when we talk about development in school, it's not just about academics. It's more of like emotional, social, mental. So it's all incorporating all of these aspects that what makes us humans. So now that we finally know the concept exploration, we're now headed to the main topic, which is the social literacy. So what is social literacy? Social literacy refers to the development of social skills, knowledge, and positive values that enable individuals to act responsibly and effectively in various complex social situations. It is cultivated through processes like inquiry, exploring values, and making social decisions. In schools, teachers show social literacy through interactions with superiors, colleagues, and others, while students demonstrate it through their engagement with peers, media, technology, and various social groups. So basically, when we talk about social literacy, it is like kind of the foundation that holds all their experiences together. It's the ability to understand how to act in different social situations, like for example how to be responsible, how to communicate well, how to make thoughtful decisions when you're with other people. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build over time through trial and error and through reflecting on your experiences and through interactions also. As what I said, it comes from being exposed to different people, values, and challenges. Like when students work together on a group project and have to manage different opinions, or when teachers work with each other and communicate with parents, like when PTA or when they talk to parents when there's a problem. All those interactions are opportunities to practice social literacy, and that's why it really matters. It's not just about being nice, it's not about being comfortable with other people. It's about being socially aware and capable in wide variety of settings as a human. Now that we finally able to learn everything about social literacy, what about social skills? So, social skills are aspects of social literacy and are essential for functioning in society. They involve good manners, effective communication, consideration of others' feelings, and expressing personal needs. Children gain social needs through playing, while adults gain them through verbal and nonverbal interaction. In schools, social skills help build, maintain, and grow relationships among students and others. So basically, social skills are more like the everyday tool we use to apply social literacy. Things like saying thank you, good morning, or like greetings someone else. Listening when someone else is talking, expressing our thoughts clearly, and being aware of others, people, emotion or feelings. This might sound basic or cliche, but they're actually really important for keeping the relationships healthy and the communication smooth, as well as the bond stronger. For kids, social skills are often learned through playing, through games, uh, scenarios where they learn to share, to compromise, and to speak up. For adults, it's more of like conversation, tone, and reading between the lines. These skills don't just magically appear, they have to be practiced and reinforced. And in school environment, they're especially important because they help everyone, not just for students, but for actually teachers and even parents. They build trust, avoid misunderstanding, and create a supportive atmosphere. So when they come up with everything, or like in social setting, or they actually learn to communicate well by learning the social literacy as well as applying the social skills that they have. So now that we were actually able to learn everything about social skills, what about on how to attain them? So there are actually 7 ways on how to attain social skills, and it can be attained through one, gaining ideas, information, techniques, and perspectives from people with different areas of expertise. Number two, providing their own perspective for the benefit of others. Number three, accomplishing tasks and working together toward shared goal. Number four, providing mutual support for difficult situations. Number five, expanding network to learn about and pursue new opportunities. Six, gaining feedback and referrals from people who can personally attest to work, skills, and qualities. For the last, seven, making the school truly a healthy and conducive learning environment. So it is really important for us to learn all of this. Still, we'll be able to foster much effective and have refined social skills that we can use in our daily life setting and when we communicate with others, as well as particularly in school setting, like in our classmates, colleagues, and for the teachers as well.
Hello everyone, so I'm Marielle Bata, and after knowing what social skills are, let's go dig deeper into them and talk about their eight types. Let's go. So, to foster harmonious relationship with students, teachers can demonstrate these eight types of social skills. The very first one is effective communication. So, effective communication is the ability to share thoughts and ideas effectively through group conversations and discussions with clear and understanding exchanges. Number two is conflict resolution. So, conflict resolution is the ability to identify the source of the problem and mediate for reconciliation by considering all perspectives. So, it's like addressing disagreements fairly and constructively. Third one is active listening. It's paying close attention to your students during counseling or consultation. Because as a teacher, it is our job to actively listen, to fully understand and respond to our students' concerns. Number four is empathy. So, empathy is really important to understand and recognize students' feelings, especially during times of of difficulty and trouble. So number five is relationship management. Relationship management is about maintaining strong relationships with students and even to the stakeholders to support their development and also build connections. So, in short, relationship management is about maintaining and building positive connections. So, number six is respect. Respect talks about valuing and acknowledging students first, and knowing when to initiate communication and respond appropriately even in heated arguments or confrontations. Teachers always should show professionalism in any kind of situations, right? Number seven is problem solving skills. So problem solving skills talks about collaboratively finding solutions to the challenges, seeking help in making effective decisions, and accepting consequences to find better solutions to the problem. Lastly, number eight is interpersonal skills. So, overall, it is the ability to interact effectively with others. The abilities such as sharing, joining activities, asking permission, and even waiting for others' turns in school-related tasks. That's all. So, how to improve social skills? Social skills are the abilities we use to interact and communicate with others effectively. They are crucial for building relationships, succeeding in school or work, and navigating daily life. Social skills aren't fixed, and they can significantly improve. So, one key to enhance social skills is to sustain the desirable attitudes like empathy and good listening, and eliminate the undesirable ones like impatience or arrogance through modeling, role playing, and performance feedback mechanism. So, the very first one is modeling. Modeling involves observing and imitating people who have demonstrated strong social skills, like by watching content creators or someone you know who successfully interact. Because through observation, you can learn what to do and how to behave in similar situations. Number two is role playing. In role playing, this is where you can practice social interactions in a safe and stimulated environment. So, this will allow you to try out different responses, experiment with communication styles, and of course, gain confidence before facing real life situations. Three is performance feedback mechanism. So, this is refers to receiving constructive input on your social interactions. So, this feedback, whether from your mentor, your peers, or even on your self assessment, these will help you understand what you did well and what areas you need to improve, allowing you to refine your social skills over time. By combining these strategies, modeling, role playing, and feedback, you can significantly boost your competence, leading to more positive and fulfilling interactions with other people. So, let's go with additional techniques to improve social skills. These techniques to improve social skills are crucial because they enable individuals to build strong relationships, communicate more effectively, and navigate various social situations with greater confidence and success. These are the key techniques that can further enhance our social skills. So, first one is maintaining eye contact. Number two is using body language to convey engagement and confidence. Number three is knowing the difference between being assertive and being aggressive. This will ensure you to express your needs clearly without being dominant or without dominating other people. Also, effective socializers excel at number four, selecting effective communication channels, choosing the best way to convey the message, whether it's in person or via text or email or chat. So it's about being flexible to different people and under different situations. Number five is accepting criticism without being defensive. So viewing feedback as an opportunity for growth. And six is remaining positive at all times. I keep looking at the bright side always. Keep socializing with other people in a good way. And number seven is being teachable and a good student in most instances. We should always remember to always be open to learning and improving. So, other helpful strategies. First one is behave as a social person by actively participating in social interactions. Number two is start small if necessary. Begin with comfortable, low-key stakes social interactions. Number 3 is ask open-ended questions. Encourage others to share more about themselves. Number 4 is encourage others to talk about themselves. Yeah, we really have to show genuine interest in what people are saying. Fifth is create goals for yourself. Set specific, achievable targets for social improvements. Number 6 is offers, what is that? Offer compliments generously. So it means acknowledging and appreciating others for their good or positive qualities. Seventh is read books about social skills. So reading books is very essential because learning theories and will help you to gain practical tips from experts. Number 8 is practice good manners. So we really have to demonstrate politeness and consideration. Number 9 is paying close attention to your body language. We really need to be aware of the nonverbal messages we are sending to other people. Number 10 is join a social skills support group. We really have to connect with others who are working on the similar goals that we have. Number 11 is stay up to date on current events. Of course, we really have to be updated at all times. So have topics for conversation and show awareness. Number 12, lastly, is identify and replace negative thoughts. Challenge self-debating beliefs about social interactions. So let's now go on discussing the impact of social skills. So, possessing strong social skills will lead us for better communications or better relationships, improved communication, greater efficiency, advanced career prospects, and of course, increase our overall happiness. Social skills significantly impact a wide range of areas, from mental health and academic success to overall well-being and positive behavior. Emotional intelligence is also known as emotional quotient or EQ. So this is the ability to perceive, understand, use, and manage emotions in oneself and of course for the others. So emotional intelligence helps maintain purposeful relationships, shaping a socially literate person. And according to Goleman 1996, emotional intelligence or emotional quotient is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions and influence the emotions of others. So, emotional intelligence is being aware that emotions drive behavior and learning how to manage emotions, both one's own and others, especially under pressure in situations such as giving and receiving feedback, meeting tight deadlines, dealing with challenging relationships, not having enough resources, facing change, experiencing setbacks and failures. It is important that we learn how to manage our emotions even under pressure for effective performance, healthy relationships, and resilience in challenging various or diverse situations.
Alright, so since we're done talking about emotional intelligence, like what is emotional intelligence, how it affects our daily conversation with the students, our daily lives, and why emotional intelligence is really important, especially in the field of education. Let's proceed to some strategies that we could be able to do to enhance our emotional intelligence, and this is according to Goleman 1995 as he laid down some ways of emotional intelligence in the light of understanding and managing emotions that teachers must know and understand. But remember, as a future educators, we are not just merely focusing on how we could be able to know and understand emotional intelligence literally by words, but also how we could apply this in a real life situation, in a real life field. Okay, let's proceed to number 1 strategy, which is think about feelings. So a person has to be sensitive of one's and others' feelings to come up with the right manner of approach and appropriate response. What does it mean? Basically, understand your own and others' feelings. So for example, in a classroom, if your student look upset, try to understand, hear their side, that what might be bothering them before reacting. So think about feelings equals to awareness, sensitivity, and appropriate response. Second strategy is pause. This is about taking a moment to stop and think before doing anything, to refrain from resorting or unsound decision at the height of anger. Basically, pause before reacting. Take a moment to think before you speak up or act. Like for example, if one of your students misbehaves or very destructive during your class, pause, take a deep breath rather than scolding them and giving punishment. Pause equals to self-control, reflection, and calm decision making. Third strategy is strive to control one's thoughts. So this involves controlling the reaction to emotion by focusing on one's thought in harmony with goals and values. Meaning to say, don't let your emotions or feelings control your thoughts. Example, if you're really angry because a student didn't follow your instructions, you need to calm down. Don't let your emotions control your thoughts, because as a teacher, you are there to guide your students. So basically, try to calm yourself and think of the best way on how to guide them. Strive to control one's thought equals to humility and improvement. Number 4 strategy is the benefits from criticism. Whenever we hear the word criticism, we often viewed it as the most negative impact to one person. But when enhancing our emotional intelligence, let us all be reminded that criticism is also an opportunity to learn. Accept it with humility and appreciation for your improvement. Meaning to say, we must view and accept the criticism from other people in an optimistic way. Learn from that negative feedback instead of feeling hurt and feeling down. Example, in the school, if a senior teacher criticizes your teaching, or let's just say give you an advice about your teaching, listen with an open mind, learn from it, and take it as a stepping stone for your improvement. Criticism equals to humility and improvement. Fifth one is show authenticity. Say what you mean and mean what you say while sticking up to your principles and values with respect and integrity. A teacher has a principle and values that must possess in his or her profession. Meaning, be honest and stay true to yourself. Say what you truly mean while sticking up to your principles. Example, during PTA meeting or reporting of cards, there are instances that a parent argues with you. So communicate with them and show some evidences about their children's performances during your class. And with clearly, respectfully, and calmly way to avoid also some conflicts. Authenticity equals to integrity, values, respect, principles. Number 6 is demonstrate empathy. This is one of the most essential strategy, I guess, as enhancing our emotional intelligence as we try to understand others' feelings and emotions. In the field of teaching, try to understand your students' feelings and emotion instead of just merely giving sympathy or pity to them. Because whenever we say empathy, this is our ability to understand deeply our students and share the feelings of our students, and trying to put ourselves in their situation or in their shoes. So authenticity, it's all about trying to comfort and understanding our students in a deeply way. So for example, if we saw our student that is struggling and has a personal problem that really affects his or her performances in your class, try to understand and know what it is instead of just judging his or her performance. Authenticity, empathy equals to connection, relationship, and Number 7 strategy is praise others. In this strategy, acknowledge and appreciate others' effort to build self-fulfillment and trust. In the field of education, let's appreciate our students' effort to boost their confidence, improve their self-esteem, and drive their motivation. Praise your student for always trying their best, even if they didn't get the perfect score. We can give praise to our students by just giving small presents or treats, or even like saying, good job, very good, congratulations, you did well, that's correct, that's right, whenever they have a recitation and such. Another example is at the end of the month or semester, we can have a small recognition or appreciation rewards for our students. And in that way, we can show that our students' efforts are recognized, heard, seen, and most importantly, appreciated by the teachers. Praise others is equal to acknowledgement, encouragement, and recognition. Number 8 is give helpful feedback. Turn even negative feedback into constructive learning for personal growth. Give comments to your students that improve their confidence. Example, when we checking our students' work, make sure to write some comments below that the students will be able to know what they did well and how they could improve. Basically, good points and bad points. But make sure that the bad points feedback is help them to improve and do better, not discourage nor embarrass them. So basically, give helpful feedback. Feedback is equal to boost confidence and improvement. Number 9 strategy is apologize. Sincerely acknowledging mistakes and express humility to ease tensions and improve relationships. In other words, say sorry when you make a mistake. As a teachers, even if we already are teachers, remember that we are not superior to our students. We are not perfect, so be humble enough, have a teachable heart, and most importantly, learn to apologize when we make a mistake. So example, if we wrongly scold a student, admit it and apologize, because it creates humility and build or fosters strong relationship inside the classroom. So apologize is equal to humility and improvement. Number 10, forgive and forget. Oh, this one, I believe that this is not easy. But enhancing our emotional intelligence means learning to let go of past hurt and move forward emotionally and mentally. Let go of anger or hurt from past mistakes or experiences. Note that holding on to grudges can affect our relationship with our students, our daily teaching, and even our peace of mind. Example in a classroom setting, if one student misbehaves and you don't like his or her attitude anymore, but later changes, Don't hold grudges. Don't be submissive, rather objective. Don't let his attitude don't let his or her attitude affects his final grade. Forgive and forget is equal to letting go and emotional ease. Number 11 strategy is keep our commitments. This means being reliable and trustworthy by honoring promises and dedicating effort to our responsibility. In other words, do what you say you'll do. In the field of teaching, I believe that we chose this field because we love teaching. We love children. We love to share and give impact to others' life. And therefore, when we love this field, we are committed to our tasks and responsibilities. Commit ourselves, time, effort, energy, and etc. And when we are committed, make sure to do whatever responsibilities and promises you have because it builds trust and fosters strong relationship inside and outside the campus. Keep commitments is equal to reliability and responsibility. Number 12, help others. Positively influence and inspire others by offering assistance and support. As a teacher, be ready to assist and support the needs of your students. As they say that if you're a teacher, you should be rich. Technically, not in money, but rich in heart. It means having a heart that's always ready to help your student without expecting anything in return. This kind of help isn't always about material or financial, but it can be something that can contribute to the personal growth and development. Example, when we observe that some of our students struggles and have a personal problems that really affects their performances in your class. As a teacher, you must try to understand, know what it is, and extend help or how you can be able to help your students. So help others is equal to trust building and support. Last but not the least strategy is protect ourselves from sabotage. This is being wise enough in protecting ourselves who attempts to manipulate and control us for personal sake. In basic word, don't let others control your feelings. We are learning these 13 strategies because we need to enhance our emotional intelligence, to have an effective learning and ready in the near future. However, along the way, how we can be able to do that if we allow other people control ourselves or our emotions? We are the teachers who facilitates, guides, and approach our students with high emotional intelligence. So if someone tries to bring you down and provoke you, you must stay calm and focus on your values. Protecting ourselves from emotional sabotage is equal to boundaries, self-reflection, and emotional awareness. So these are the 13 strategies on how we can be able to enhance our emotional intelligence. So let's recall from number 1. Think about feelings, pause, strive to control one's thought, benefit from criticism, show authenticity, demonstrate empathy. 7. Praise others. 8. Give helpful feedback. 9. Apologize. 10. Forgive and forget. 11. keep our commitments. 12, help others. And 13, protect ourselves from emotional sabotage.
And now, I'm Ken that will discuss the 15 tools and strategies on enhancing emotional intelligence. So what are the 15 tools and strategies on enhancing emotional intelligence? So what are those? We have number one. The number one, we have the emotional literacy workshop, or it helped the teachers communicate with students, manage emotions, and increase self-awareness. For example, a workshop where participants learn to recognize, understand, and manage emotions through discussion, activities, and exercises. It develops emotional awareness, empathy, and self-regulation skills. Number two, we have the Emotional Literacy Museum, or a self-directed experience teaching emotion, physiology, regulation, and literacy. For example, is an interactive exhibit where visitors explore emotions through arts, stories, and experiences. With this, it fosters emotional awareness, empathy, and self-reflection. Number three, we have the mixed emotion cards of a deck of cards labeled cards with feelings and their synonyms. For example, cards with different emotions, example happy, sad, and angry, that participants can use to explore complex emotions. So with this, it helps individuals recognize and understand mixed emotions, develop emotional awareness, and empathy. Number four, we have the emotion cards, or open-ended illustrated emotion cards without labels. So, for example, cards with actions, example jump, hug, run, that participants can use to express emotions through physical activities. With this, it encourages physical expressions of emotions, developing emotional regulation and self-awareness. Number five, we have biodots, or a tool showing emotions as part of physiology. For example, small stickers or dots that change colors in response to temperature changes, used to teach emotional awareness and regulation. It helps individuals recognize physiology's responses to emotion, developing self-awareness and emotional regulations. Number six, we have the bingo emotions, or a classic bingo game using emotions. So for example, a game where participants matching emotions, example happy, sad, angry, with corresponding scenarios or images. It is also a develop emotional awareness, empathy, and vocabulary. Number seven, we have the feeling faces, or a photos of real people with data on emotional evaluations. For example, an activity where participants create or identify facial expressions corresponding to different emotions. And it also helps individuals recognize and understand emotional expressions, developing empathy and emotional awareness. So now let's talk about the number 8, or the 6 seconds emotional intelligence assessment, or that it gives feedback on EQ, use, and improvement. So this is standardized assessment that measures emotional intelligence skills such as self-awareness and self-regulation and empathy. It provides a framework for understanding and developing emotional intelligence. Number 9, we have the zoo, or in animal workshop. For example, a workshop where participants learn about different animals and their emotional characteristics. For example, fear, curiosity, sometimes sadness, and happy. And with this, it fosters empathy, self-awareness, and understanding of emotional responses. Number 10, we have the face workshop. For example, a workshop where participants learn to recognize and interpret facial expressions, developing emotional awareness and empathy. It enhances emotional intelligence, empathy, and social skills. So now, let's talk about the machine transformer, or a group form a machine with body parts ending with reflection. An example of this is an activity where participants work together to build a machine, symbolizing teamwork and emotional intelligence. The importance of this is it develops teamwork, communication, and problem-solving skills. And now, let's talk about tower building, or group build towers ending in interaction and emotional sharing. An activity where participants build a tower together, requiring collaboration and emotional intelligence. So with this, it fosters teamwork, community, and problem-solving skills. And now, let's talk about build me a house, or it is just like an activity where participants work together to build a model house, requiring collaboration and emotional intelligence. So with this, it develops teamwork, communication, and problem-solving skills, just like what the machine transformer and the tower building. Now let's talk about internalization activity, or participants reflect on stories in a dim, candlelit room. Okay, an example of this is an activity where participants reflect on their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, developing self-awareness and emotional regulating. It also enhances self-awareness, emotional regulation, and personal growth. And now let's talk about the last. We have mirroring and unmasking activity. So it was the participants receive anonymous negative feedback, reflect, and symbolically release it. An example of this activity is where participants mirror each other's emotions and they reveal their true feelings, developing empathy and self-awareness. The importance of this is to foster empathy, self-awareness, and the emotional intelligence. So these activities, or this 15, it is help individuals develop emotional literacy, empathy, and self-awareness. It also lead to improved relationship, decision-making, and overall well-being. That's it.
Have you ever had a teacher who just gets you? Or a classmate who knows when you're down without saying a word? That's emotional intelligence in action. And it's one of the most important skills we can have in school or in life. Today, I'll share with you the 10 key traits of emotionally intelligent people by Connors 2018, and how people skills make a huge impact in schools. Let's dive in. First is we have the empathy. Empathy means feeling or understanding what another person is going through. It's like a stepping stone into someone else's shoes and seeing the things from their point of view. Now, there are two types of empathy. The first is the affective empathy. You feel what another person feels. The second one is the cognitive empathy. You understand how someone feels and why. An example scenario. You see your classmate looking down and quietly ask, "Are you okay?" Or "Want to talk about?" That's empathy. Number two, self-awareness. Self-awareness is knowing your own thoughts, feelings, or actions. It's about recognizing what affects your mood and behavior. An example scenario. You realize you get nervous during group work, so this time you prepare ahead of the time to feel more confident. Number three, curiosity. Curiosity is the strong desire to learn, to explore, and to improve yourself. Let's try you to ask questions and seek knowledge. Okay, an example scenario. After class, you ask your teacher to explain the topic again because you want to understand it better. That's the peak of curiosity. Next is the analytical mind. So having an analytical mind means thinking carefully, asking questions, and solving problems by looking things deeply. An example scenario. After a quiz result, you get a poor grade. Instead of getting upset, you check what mistakes you've made and how to avoid them next time. Number five, the belief. Belief is having confidence in yourself and trusting that good things can happen, even if the path is difficult. Okay, let me give you a instances. You didn't win the contest, but you tell yourself, I'll try again next time. I know I can do it. Number 6, needs versus wants. This is about knowing what is truly important or necessary, the needs, and what is the optional or just nice to have, or the wants. Okay, let me give you an example. Example, you want to play a mobile games, but you choose to finish your homework because that's what you need to do first, right? Number 7, passion. Passion is a strong energy and excitement that you feel for something you care about. It keeps you motivated and active. An example scenario could be you love drawing, so you keep practicing every day and even join art contests for fun. Number 8, optimism. Optimism is the habit of focusing on the positive things and believing that challenges can be overcome. Okay, let me give you a scenario. So, even if your group project didn't go well, you say, at least we gave our best. At least we tried our best shot, right? Number 9 is adaptability. Adaptability means being flexible and able to adjust when things or change or go indifferently than expected. Okay, for our example, the teacher changes the topic last minute. So you quickly shift your notes and continue learning with a good attitude. Number 10 is to desire to help others succeed. This is the willingness and support to encourage others, not just focus on yourself, but for the others. An example here. You help your classmate review for a quiz even if you've mastered the lesson. And that's the 10 Things of an Emotionally Intelligent Person by Connors 2018. And in this moment, we are going to talk about the people skills. So the people skills are the ability we use to interact, communicate, and build relationships with others. They include how we behave, listen, speak, work with those around us. So today I will showcase the key abilities and people skills. The first is the personal effectiveness. It is the way you present yourself and manage yourself with the others. Example, you speak politely, listen actively, and show respect in conversations. Number 2, interaction ability. It is the way you understand and respond to other people's behavior and feelings. An example scenario. You can tell when a classmate is upset and you know how to comfort or cheer them up. Number 3, the understanding ability is this ability to guide, to influence, or to help people work better together. An example scenario. When your classmates argue, you help them calm down and try to suggest a solutions. So there are other examples in people skills, the inaction. And today we are going to talk about the people skills according to the Portland Business Journal by Rifkin 2009. People skills are the qualities and behaviors that help someone interact well with others. According to Rifkin 2009, people skills include first, is the ability to communicate effectively, understand, and empathize. This means not just talking, but also listening and showing you care about what others feel. The second one is the ability to interact with others respectfully and build productive relationships. This includes working well with classmates, coworkers, and avoiding arguments, creating a good team spirit. The third one, according to Rifkin, is the ability to build sincerity, trust, and control impulsive behavior, becoming more agreeable. Being honest, calm, and friendly helps others trust and feel comfortable around you. So, according to the educational impact of people skills are especially important for teachers, not just to teach subject but to teach students. So as Bolton rather, 2009 said, knowing how to talk, understand, and connect with students make a bigger difference in how well they learn. So on the other hand, according to Boyle, 2011, almost 50% of the classroom success depends on the good relationship and the other 50% on the academic skills. This means that how a teacher relates to student is just as important as what they teach. When teachers practice good people skills like listening, showing respect, giving encouragement, and managing conflicts kindly, they create a classroom where students feel safe, supported, and ready to learn. So, an example here is a teacher who takes time to understand why a student is struggling instead of just scolding them, builds trust, and encourages the student to improve.
Good day, everyone. My name is Fiona Reyes Cruz, and now let's talk about 5 strategies in obtaining good people skills. So, first, we have the active listening. So, good communication always comes with listening. Why? When someone talks to you, give them your fully attention. Do not interrupt, look at them, nod, and show that you have care about what they're saying. Because this helps people feel heard and respected. Everyone wants that, right? So next, we have the observe and reflect on social cues. So why we need to observe, right? So people don't just use word to talk. They also use facial expression, gesture, and tone of voice. And also, try to understand what someone is feeling by paying attention to their body language. This is one of the strategies that you need to learn, okay? Because this helps you know how to respond in a very kind way. You don't want to be a bad person. So that's why we're talking about this. So the third one will be that practice empathy. So why we need to practice empathy, right? I think it will start with like this. Always try to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Why is this? Why should I care about with someone? If someone is having a bad day or is feeling shy, not that, very nonchalant, respect them, try to be gentle and caring. Because being kind builds strong friendship and trust. When we put ourselves in someone's situation, we will understand. We will gain their trust, Number 4. So, seek feedback and be open to growth. Be matured. Okay? So, nobody's perfect. It's alright. Ask friends, teachers, and family members how you can improve when talking or working with others. It's okay to make mistakes. Why we need to seek feedback to others? Because we're trying to improve ourselves. Okay? Don't be afraid to grow. Listening from mistakes helps you become a better person. Number 5, the last one, is engage in meaningful conversation. So, why this, right? So, people skills improve when you use them. Join group activities, join conversation, or simply talk to new people. The more you practice, the more confident and natural you became. Right? That is very good strategist. One of the most important. Now let's move on 10 people skills that help you succeed. So first we have the empathy. Understand and care how others feel. This is a very important, right? Number 2, clear communication. Speak clearly so they can understand what you're talking about. Number 3, good listening. Don't just hear, try to understand what they're talking about. Number 4, respect. Treat everyone with kindness, no matter who they are. Okay? Number 5, patience. Stay calm even though things are getting difficult. You will get there someday. Okay? Number 6, flexibility. This is very hard, I know. Be open to changes and new ideas. I know changes is very difficult, but when you're flexible, you can do it. Okay? Confidence, number 7. Believe in yourself and your ability to connect with others. Everyone can do that. 8, teamwork. So with teamwork, work well with others and be helpful in a group will give you a very beautiful result. Okay. Number 9, problem solving. So when there's a disagreement, stay calm and talk about it, and find a solution. Don't just say what you want, but also hear what others talking, so you guys can find a solution. Okay? So positive attitude, the last one. Stay friendly, cheerful, and hopeful. Stay positive. So positivity makes others want to work with you, right? When you're positive, when you are friendly and cheerful, when you're kind, everyone wants to work with you. That's all. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.